Hello, church. It's Jeff again, live from my office. This is a strange video, but I really was sitting here thinking, and I got overwhelmed with emotion, and I just felt like it would be neat to send another year-end video. I sent one out the other day. I want to talk about finances, but really not. I want to talk about Jesus and the gospel. I was sitting here putting together the letter that I send out at the end of every year, and you'll get that at some point in the next few days. Or maybe you've already gotten it, depending on when you watch this. But as you'll read in the letter, I was just reflecting on 20 years at this church that we started 20 years ago. And boy, I really kind of went down memory lane and started going through some old files. And this is about money, so I'll get there in a minute. But I want to just take you on a very brief journey of our 20 years as a church. And we started this church in 2001, January 7th, 2001, with no money, no guarantees, no promises. I didn't have health insurance. I had quit a good job. And we really just put everything on the line because we felt Jesus calling us. Jennifer and I did. He made it pretty clear. So we had the faith to take the leap. And here we are 20 years later. And I was just going through some old notes, and I'll just kind of take you through my office. Really, everything in here is has some kind of meaning. These are all things that many of you guys have given me. Memories of things that are special to me. All kinds of things that again, everything in here is very symbolic. Pretty much everything. And my favorite books, gifts. All the Secrets About Everything, disc number 2. So, I just love all these pictures from kids, and this is not everything. It's just kind of what I can fit on my wall. My best Scrabble game. Anyhow, and I was going through some notes, and I just have I have hundreds of these, but I just found some neat things as I was going through here. Someone gave me this card once, and I kept it. This was our first giving statement ever from 2001. And I found some, this is our first program. It's kind of cool. Green's my favorite color, so printed everything in green back then. Papyrus. Remember when we all used papyrus? And we made this thing. This is crazy. Anyway, just like 20 years ago. And, so anyhow, what does all this have to do with giving? Well, here we are 20 years later, and we've been through so much, especially this year in 2020. And I just was reflecting on, why did we start this church? Why did we go through it all? Why are we still here? Why are you here? And, to the point, why are we supporting the church? And it all just came out of a desire to share Jesus with people that did not have him. People like I was before I came to Christ. I never went to church really until age 19, ever. I just didn't. We didn't have a Bible in the house that was read. It was never discussed. And so when I met Jesus, I very long story short, and many of you have heard this story, but left my ambition to do medical school. I was in college working to that end, and things happened very quickly. And 9 years later, we started this church, and that was a horrible, wonderful story. But I say all that to say, I want you to know today, and this was in my heart, you're giving, especially in this hard time, you are supporting this wonderful church that we have. And it has been a result of so many people, hundreds of people, thousands of people hearing the gospel. And I would say probably hundreds responding to it, whether that be through baptism, prayer, conversion, whatever. And as I sit here again at the end of the year and think about this and look at our financial report for the year, I just want to thank you again and really encourage you. Like it's treasure in heaven, and lives are changing, and we together have built something that has borne so much beautiful fruit. And when I look around my office and I look at these cards and these toys people have given me and pictures and memories, and I just think of all the wonderful people that God has brought into my life. And that could only be possible because of you supporting, believing in the mission, the vision to bring Jesus to the lost and make disciples and build family and see the sick healed and the poor preached to. And I could go on and on. I'm starting to preach, so I'll stop. But I want to say thank you, and thank you for giving. What an investment you've made. Treasure in heaven and the pleasure of God, being like the Father, being generous is such a blessing. So to that end, I just want to thank you and say that I'm looking forward to another great year ahead. Through the hardship, we will follow Jesus and find him. And it's really a joy to do that with you. Hey, thanks for watching this. I'll see you soon.